Hello friends. So last week we gave predictions that market may react based on the stimulus announcement given by the finance minister, and exactly as per our predictions markets didn't like the announcements given by the finance minister, and we saw that we witnessed a huge drop on Monday, and Nifty fell to 8,800 levels on that particular day. But subsequently what happened was Nifty didn't fall further. So it took support from 8,800 and it traded, and we saw levels up to 9,100, 9,150 till Friday, when that unexpected announcement from the RBI governor came, and again we saw that markets fell. So Bank Nifty again came back to a much more lower level. So as we said, Bank Nifty is not at all contributing to the market, and every rise is being sold out. So that is how things happened last week, and major banks like HDFC Bank, State Bank of India, ICICI Bank, IndusInd Bank all lost in a big manner. So we know that ICICI Bank has come down to 290 levels. State Bank has now State Bank is now trading at a range of 150, and that is not good news for the market at all. But some sectors contributed well, and that supported Nifty, especially pharma and IT. We saw Infosys gaining nearly 2% on Friday. TCS crossed 2000 levels. So those are all the stocks which are holding the market and which are supporting the market to hold that 9,000 level. Now the big question is how market may react in the coming week, that is in the next 3 days. Since we have a very short week of trading, that is Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, definitely we might expect a lot of volatility. And globally, how markets are there? Okay, the recent announcement by China on Hong Kong, nearly we saw a 5% cut on Hong Kong market on Friday, and tensions are still on high between US and China, and that is a big factor which is contributing to the global market. So global market is also now not so conducive enough to support the rise of Indian markets. So globally situation is not so rosy. So that's another thing that we have to note down. Now as I told you, now what may happen in the next week? See, if you observe what happened in last 2 months, that is April and March, Nifty rose in the last week of expiry. Okay, whatever may be the conditions, Nifty made a good comeback in the last week of expiry. So now Nifty is trading around 9,050. So practically Nifty experiences a hurdle at 9,200, and suppose if it crosses 9,200, it may even go to 9,400. Now going by the analysis, see, I am giving you a bizarre prediction. See, if you observe what happened in April and March, frankly saying, it's my opinion, okay, you can have your own decision, but based on the observation and the way how markets reacted in the last week of April and March, I am giving my prediction. Okay, it's only a prediction, but things may happen in any way. Okay, it's my opinion. As I told you, it's purely based on the observation of how markets reacted in the month of April and March, especially on the week of expiry. See, coming to the week of expiry, markets are highly negative. The perception among market participants before entering to the expiry week is big negative, that we know. Now when you carry a position from a negative opinion to the expiry week, what may happen? See, there are two things which governs. The condition of the local market should be extremely negative in the expiry week. That means there should be some terribly bad news to support the negative views which were already existing in the market previous week. The existing view should also be highly negative. We have to watch whether there is any such news which is present in the local market which supports the already existing negative view which is prevailing in the previous week. Second thing, we have to see whether there is any bad global event which is going to happen in the week of expiry. If these two things don't happen, then definitely you must expect the unexpected. Now, as of now, in India, there is no such big negative news, and for the present expiry week. In fact, certain positive things have happened. That means on Monday the domestic flight operations resume. So that shows that the economy is moving in the right direction, and we can see some traction in the coming months, so that industries will start to work and there will be revival in the economy. So that is one of the positive news actually. Going by this logic and going by the observation of the performance of markets in both March and April, we can see that, or we must analyze, or we must come to a conclusion that there will be definitely big short covering in the last 3 days of market. Now, how this short covering may happen? See, I think many of you might know the fact that somewhere in the month of 2009, somewhere in the year of 2019, December or something like that, all the options, in the money options, that is in the money options, should not be settled by cash. Instead, they have to be settled by physical delivery of shares. So this is a very important factor which many of us conveniently forget, or I cannot even say that many of us, whether we know or that too itself is not clear. See, physically they have to deliver for the option calls what they have written. That means somebody has sold Reliance call option of 1500 means, suppose if it closes above 1500 means, the person who has sold the call must settle shares physically. That means he has to actually give the number of shares, 500 shares at that price. So that is the amendment in the rules which is being made in SEBI. So this is a very important factor which plays out in the coming week. See, no option seller will be inclined to physically deliver the number of shares whatever is prescribed in the market lot. So instead what he may do is, he may try to cover his call by buying another call by somebody else. So what happens? Automatically this pushes up the value of that particular stock. I think you can understand. So it is a bit lengthy video, but still you have to be patient and listen this concept very carefully, because this is what is pushing or pulling the market in a big way in the expiry week. As I told you, prior to the expiry week, the market view was negative. So many of them are short. Is it clear? So most of the people what they have done is they have positions in short nature, and moreover they have written calls. That means they have sold calls. Now when they enter into expiry week, and if those calls are in the money calls, the problem for them is that they cannot close their position simply by leaving that to expiry and adjusting that price. The problem is that they have to physically deliver. Please keep underline these words. That is, they have to physically deliver shares to the person whom they have sold that. So as I told you, physically delivering means you have to invest big money. Say suppose if you are selling a 5200 call of Maruti means, you must physically give 100 shares to the person. So that you have to transfer that. So that means you have to give 100 shares of Maruti, which is trading somewhere around 5200 means you have to pay 5,20,000 for buying those 100 shares. So that is a big investment for him. So for that, what he may do is he may buy a call and then close its position. So while doing so, automatically what happens? Markets will be pushed up. So markets may go to any level. That depends. Okay, so here you can't say that this is resistance, this is support and all. So easily markets can break the resistance of 9,200 and it may go even to up to 9,400 levels. That has happened in last month. Nobody were expecting that market will go to 9,800, but it went to 9,800 on the day of expiry. Immediately on the next day, markets fell 600 points. So that rise is not because of actual buying, it's because of short squeeze. That is, people who have taken short positions and who have sold calls are forced to buy those things because there is an amendment, and that is making them to buy in panic. The same thing may happen this week also. This is my prediction, because the overall view of the market prior to the expiry week is totally negative. Everybody was negative. Most of the people wanted to short Nifty because they were of the firm opinion that markets cannot go beyond values of 9,200, and they took huge short position, and that is the major factor which may push the market to higher levels in this expiry week. So I hope that markets will easily cross 9,200, and who knows, it may even go to levels of 9,400 and 9,500 in this particular week. Remember, this is applicable only for this particular week. Okay, so stocks, bank Nifty, definitely we can see some big short covering. Okay, so one thing you have to remember, people who want to sell will not sell at lower values. Okay, please keep that in mind. Market makers who are dictating the terms in market, those who want to sell, they will never sell at values which are lower. What they will do is they will push up the price to some higher value, then they will come in big numbers and short the market. So this is the way how market makers will behave. Unfortunately, in these all events, retail investors, especially people who have reasonable amount of money and who venture into writing calls and shorting futures, will be trapped. They will be actually flushed out from the market when they are forced to follow certain rules which are imposed by the SEBI. So my prediction for this particular week is that definitely you can go and buy for this week, and definitely we can see that there will be a up in the up move in the market. And as I told you, definitely Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday we can see that markets will be in green only, but we can't say which particular stock and all. We can see only movement in stocks which were being shorted earlier. So that is my prediction. Thank you for watching. Of course, I may differ because I am saying only what I have observed in the past 2-3 months and how markets reacted in the expiry week, purely based on the way how it was behaving in the previous weeks. Okay, so once again I thank you all for watching this video. Please post your valuable comments. Again, I say that with a caveat that this is my personal opinion and observation, and markets may always make its own course of movement. Okay, who knows how it behaves according to many external factors also. Okay, so let us see that it's really a very interesting expiry week which is ahead of us, and we all see how it may pan out. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot for watching. Thank you. Please like Easy Kasu. Please subscribe and share this video, and also post your valuable comments. Thank you once again.